For over 300 years, the water features have functioned according to the same principle. Only by exploiting physical laws and without the use of pumps, the water masses flow from the foot of the Hercules to the Kassel pond. The elemental force of water is masterfully expressed through a planned staging. The Landgraves of Hesse, Kassel, underlined their absolutist claims to power with this spectacle. The water gushes from the cascades, the Steinhöfer waterfall, the Devil's Bridge, and falls over the aqueduct and the Penis cascades down to the Kassel pond. Here, the water pressure causes the great fontaine to shoot up more than 50 meters. This spectacle is the conclusion and climax of the waterworks. Each water spectacle is staged for about 10 minutes. The end is about 4 p.m. If you follow the water from the Hercules to the Wilhelmshöhe place, you will cover a distance of about 2.5 kilometers.
The existence of Kassel dates back to the year 913. The water enabled shipping in Kassel, which in turn enabled of the delivery of goods. Brusel and the Arne were used for the old castle moat and collect water for the fire ponds and the bathing establishments.
The festival has a long history dating back to the 14th century. The festival is also known as the Kasseler Altstadtfest or the Kasseler Stadtfest and takes place over the course of several days, usually in late August or early September. It is a celebration of local culture with music, dancing and traditional food and drinks. One of the highlights of this festival is the Zisselparade, which features colorful flutes and costume performance.
In 1913, the lock between the Hafenbrücke and the Fulda Brücke was completed. It allowed shipping on the Fulda, since the Fulda has a very steep gradient from its source to its mouth in the Weser. The navigation of ships can only be made possible by building barrages. Ships can pass these only with locks. Floods caused great damage in Kassel and were only contained with the construction of the Eder Dam in 1914. On an old wall, the water levels during the floods are marked. Next to the marked water levels, the corresponding year numbers are carved. However, only a few can still be seen. 1763, 1799, 1643 and 1841. Today at the Schwimmbadbrücke there's a small device which, by measuring the distance from the water's surface to the device, can determine the water level in the Fulda and warn of floods in the future.
What's pretty special about Germany is that generally the tap water is drinkable. In Kassel it's that clean that you don't even need to put any chlorine in it, for example. In order to find out more about water, we interviewed Dr. Franziska Lustinetz from Kasselwasser. This institution mainly cleans sewage to give the cleaned up water back into the water cycle. But on the other hand, they work hand in hand with another institution that's called Städtische Werke, which is responsible for tap water. She explained how the sewage is made that clean that the water can be let back into the Fulda. This whole system meets the highest standards. There are several filtering stations and they also have labs in which the water is investigated to check the filtering process. At the end, she told us how important it is for an ecosystem to be aware of what we lead into the sewage, because drug residues, for example, cannot really be filtered out yet.